Good morning, children. Today in English in class 11, we continue the lesson Albert Einstein at school. Albert had got the medical certificate from the doctor, which he intended to present to the head teacher. But before he thought of doing that, he got a glowing reference from the mathematics teacher who appreciated him deeply because of his brilliance in the subject. Now, before he could go himself, the head teacher summoned him, that he was called to the head teacher's room. Well, it saves me the trouble of having to wait an hour or two outside, he thought. So he thought that this was better, that had he gone himself, he probably would have to wait for an hour or so, or maybe more, but now he could directly go and meet him. He was hardly bothered to wonder why he had been sent for, but vaguely supposed he was to be punished again for bad work and laziness. Had it been some other day, he probably would have had some amount of anxiety. He would be apprehensive as to why the head teacher had called him. But today, he just simply presumed rather that it was for punishment, that his work was bad, and that he was lazy, that he was not able to learn his work. So probably that is the reason why he had been summoned to the head teacher's room. Well, he had finished with punishments, which meant that now it would be very shortly that he would be allowed to leave. But he says that now there would be no further punishments for him. "I'm not going to punish you," the head teacher said, to Albert's surprise. This was something very baffling, this was something very astonishing when the head teacher spoke that he was not going to punish him. "Your work is terrible, and I'm not prepared to have you here any longer, Einstein." He directly told him that he was aware of his poor performance, that it was terrible, and that he was not prepared. He did not want him to stay any longer now at the school. He wanted him to leave straight away. "I want you to leave the school now." That is, that he wanted him to leave immediately. "Leave school now," repeated Albert, dazed. Dazed means he was surprised, he was astonished naturally, because this is something that was unexpected. "That is what I said," spoke the head teacher. "You mean," said Albert, "that I am to be expelled? That is, that I am being turned out of the school?" So he says, "You can take it in that way if you wish, Einstein." He said that if you want to take it in that way, that I'm asking you to leave, it's up to you. The head teacher was not mincing words. Not mincing words means the head teacher spoke very frankly that he did not want Albert to continue any longer at the school, that if he was willing to go, that would be fine. "The simplest thing will be for you to go of your own accord, and then the question won't arise." That is, that he will not have to be expelled. Why he will not have to be expelled? If Einstein was willing, he said it would be very simple for both of them. He said the simplest thing would be that you go of your own accord. That means that if you leave of your own choice, accord means your own wish, then the question of your being expelled does not arise. "But," said Albert, "what crime have I committed?" Now Albert was not prepared to just listen to that. He wanted to know the reason why he was being asked to leave. So the head teacher spoke. "Your presence in the classroom makes it impossible for the teacher to teach and for the other pupils to learn." So he elaborated now. He said that there were various reasons why he wanted him to leave the school. He says, "Your presence in the classroom," that means when you are present in the classroom, the teachers are unable to teach, and there are other students also. So it is difficult for them also, because they are also unable to learn. "You refuse to learn." That means that whenever he was asked to learn a certain task, he was not able to do that. "You are in constant rebellion." Constant means throughout, consistently, that you always protest and you always end up arguing with the teachers. And no serious work can be done while you are there. That means the work is hampered. The work of the other students is also hampered. The teachers are not able to teach the other children, and the children or the other students are not able to learn. So, those were the reasons that he was given. Albert felt the medical certificate almost burning a hole in his pocket. That is the medical certificate which he had procured with so much of difficulty. It was burning a hole, meaning that it was useless, it was futile, because he did not get a chance, he did not get an opportunity to take it out of the pocket and present it to the head teacher. It was futile. I was going to leave anyway, he said. So that was how Einstein responded. Then, we are in agreement, at least, Einstein, the head said. That meant that they agreed on one thing, and that one thing was that Albert wanted to leave in any case. For a moment, Albert was tempted to tell the man what he thought of him and of his school. And for a moment it came in his mind to speak up what he felt about the school and about him. But then, on a second thought, he kept quiet. He did not say anything further. Then he stopped himself. That means he prevented himself from speaking anything at all. Without another word, holding his head high, he stalked out. So he wished to express himself and his views about the school and about him and the teachers, but he did not do so, and he simply stalked out, means he simply marched out, he walked out of the room of the head teacher. "Shut the door after you," shouted the head, and he was asked by the head teacher to shut the door. Albert ignored him because he was no longer at the school, so he did not have to listen. He walked straight on, out of the school where he has spent 5 miserable years. And he walked straight out of the school. He had spent 5 years over here, but 5 years had been miserable for him. He was extremely unhappy. He was really very, very upset and disturbed all the time, without turning his head to give it a last look. After all, he has spent 5 years over here, and anybody would have fond memories of the place. But out here, he was so miserable that he simply walked away and walked out of the school without giving it one last look. He could not think of anyone he wanted to say goodbye to. That meant that he did not want to say goodbye to any of the teachers. He did not want to say goodbye to any of his friends, which he did not have. So he simply walked away from there. Indeed, Yuri was almost the only person in Munich he felt like seeing. Before he left the town, he had come to hate almost as much as the school. So he says, Yuri was the only friend that he possessed, and he was the only person he wanted to meet and say goodbye before he left the place. He had come to hate the place so much. He had come to hate the city of Munich. He had come to hate the school so much. So he was not interested in saying goodbye to anybody except for this one friend, that was Yuri. Elsa was back in Berlin, and he had no other real friends. That is, that Yuri was the only friend that he possessed, and he was the only person whom he wished to say goodbye to before he left the school. Otherwise, he hated the place so much. He detested it so much. Goodbye and good luck, said Yuri when he left. And Yuri wished him good luck, good fortune, and that he should be happy. You are going to a wonderful country, I think. So he hoped that Albert would be happy. He's going to the place he desired to. That is, he was longing to go over there. And he says, I hope you will be happier there. That is, that he was also not very happy to see Albert very upset all the time. So he wished him all the good luck and good fortune, and wished him that he is going to a place where he wanted to, where he desired, where he loved to be, and that he would be happy there. Thank you.